Hey, welcome to the Northwest Georgia Football Wednesday night pick'em show. Joined by Benton Burge, Kristen Nathan Napier, as always. Week 5 of the high school football season. I'll throw the standings up here, man. You guys can take a look at it. Benton tied me up last week, man. He beat me 3-2 in the 5 games that we had separated. He got me on Cedartown, Hiram, and Union County,
Yep.
and I got him on Ringgold and Lumpkin were the two I got you on last week. Big week coming up, man. This is kind of like I tweeted out earlier this week. This is kind of like the calm before the storm, man. Everybody gets playing for real next Friday night.
Yeah.
There's a few.
There's a couple regions that start. Six AAA is one of them. They're going to
Yeah,
start region play this Friday, so it begins. I think you've got a 7-4A and 7AA will start that following Friday, but it's for real now.
yeah. I think they all start for real next Friday night for the most part, except for some of the single A regions that only have 3 or 4 teams in them. All right, let me see if I can get these games pulled up, and we'll start going over them here. I'm not an expert at this, but I'm gonna try. Learning, man, learning as we go. All right. First game on the schedule, man. Jenkins at Carrollton. The only thing I can tell you about Jenkins is this the first place I ever met Chris, man, on a cold November night in 2019
In Savannah, Georgia,
in
of
Savannah,
all
Georgia.
places. That it was cold, really cold.
We saw a heck of a quarterback for North Murray that night.
Yep.
Currently a
Lad,
Georgia Bulldog.
Lad McConkey. Uh, so Jenkins has since moved up from AAA through 4A, and I think they 5A now.
I have no idea.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I just know that Carrollton's going to win.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to take Carrollton too. I think it's not even looking at the points. I think it's the obvious Carrollton defense has been really good to go along with that high flying offense. So
yeah.
Carrollton.
I take Carrollton 34.5, probably about right.
Yep.
North Paulding, man, surprising North Paulding team on the road at Pope.
Yeah, North Paulding with a big win last week, and I think they're going to ride that momentum. I mean, they look tough. I mean, your player of the year candidate at running back looking really good. Rest of the team defense looks good too, holding South Paulding down a little bit last week.
That Boone Anderson down there at North. I heard he'd had a huge game. They got that receiving core.
Yeah. Boone threw for 300. Had 5 total touchdowns Friday night. He's actually the leading passer by 3 yards over Julian Lewis in the Northwest Georgia area. He's 975. I think Julian has 972. Um, North Paulding, I like him big over Pope. Go 4-1. This is a good game. Paulding County at Noonan. Paulding County is a 1 point favorite.
I don't
Yeah,
know as much about Noonan.
I did a
I
little
don't,
research and I kind of battled back and forth on this one. So I'll give you my insight. I'm going to take Noonan at home in this game. I think this is a coin flip, kind of a toss up game.
yeah, I actually debated back and forth too. Noonan, I mean, they're 1-2, but the teams they played are outstanding. East Coweta, Sandy Creek, and there was another one on the schedule that
Mm-hmm.
big time programs. Paulding County's played well, man. They really surprised me this year. Great receiving core. Defense has played well. They're on the road, but I'm gonna go with Paulding County in a close
I,
one, very close one.
I'm going Paulding County as well.
Tri Cities at Villa Rica, man. Villa Rica coming off a big loss to Carrollton last Friday night, looking to get back on track. 30-point favorites at home. I like the Wildcats.
Back on track, they will get a big win at home.
Yes, sir. I agree. Villa Rick at home.
South Paulding, man, looking for a win. Start the region play against East Paulding on the road. South Paulding's about a 4 touchdown favorite. lost to North last week.
I
I've
think,
been a huge fan of Jamarian Wilcox and Casey Wiseman all year. I'm going South.
yeah, I agree with it. I think they get back on the horse this week, no problems, and they'll push that 27-point spread. I think.
Yeah, I'll make it 3 for 3. I'll go South Paulding. This game here is not right on the schedule. This is actually Heritage Conyers at Cartersville. Cartersville's homecoming game. 34.5 point favorites. Um, Got to go with the Canes.
Oh yeah, Cartersville Purple Hurricanes.
I'm going with Purple Hurricanes.
Yeah, they started a freshman quarterback last week. His first full start, man, he did great. Cartersville just loaded in every position. I know Calhoun's coming up in a couple weeks, man. That's going to be a huge one. Speaking of Calhoun, man, Calhoun on the road, cross county at Sonoraville. Calhoun, 25.5 point favorites.
That's a lot of points, but I believe in that Calhoun passing game, and I mean, they got the running back. I think they're going to be very hungry after last week's. I mean, just brutally physical matchup against Cedartown. Probably one of the most physical games I've watched in a while, and I think they're going to take it to Sonoraville a little bit. And Sonoraville's a good team, but I think Calhoun is just going to be a bunch of angry Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think this is a good game for them to prove themselves. Coming off the loss last week, a lot of naysayers on Facebook and whatnot saying Calhoun's not the same Calhoun they used to be. I think they're going to come out Friday night and make a point. Like you said, I think Sonoraville's a good team. I like Sonoraville, but man, Calhoun's going to be fired up to the max Friday night. I like the Yellow Jackets.
I don't I don't know if everybody remembers the last time these two teams played. It was in 2019, and you might want to go back and look at the score or pull up the old film if you can. It was a very close game. This was a 17-7 game. This was a 10-point game. So Norville not only played with Calhoun then, they had opportunities to win that game. Uh, I, this is my upset of the week. I'm going Snorville. I'm going to go Snorville. I think this is a very good team put together. I think they can play with Calhoun. I know Calhoun is a juggernaut every year, but I think the Phoenix got something to prove this year.
You want to throw a score prediction out there?
17-7.
17-7. All right, there you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, I
17-7.
like Sonoraville and I like that defense, but I'm not sure you're holding Calhoun to 7 points.
It's going to be very tough. They're going to have to play a big game. But in county, this is an in county rivalry. There's not. It's a short trip over. So yeah. These dudes know each other, and this is a big game. This is a big game for them.
I do know that stadium will be packed out Friday night.
Yeah.
Hiram at Drew. Hiram is a 9 point favorite.
Well, I got the Hiram Hornets. I think a little too much talent. I know they're on the road, but I think Hiram wins it, and it could be more than the spread that you have here.
Yeah, I went against Hiram last week. I texted Chris afterwards and told him that the only reason I went against him was because I was mad at him for getting beat the week before when I picked him. Um, but I'm not going to not pick them again. I'm going with the Hornets. They're going to win big. 55 points last week. I think they continue on that stretch.
Yeah. I've always liked this Hiram team. I've liked this roster. I think it's full of dudes, and I think they get it done big time this Friday.
This is a very interesting game here. Dalton at Lassiter.
At Lassiter.
At Lassiter. Dalton is a 2 point favorite.
I like Tyson Greenway. I like Dalton. I think they're scrappy. I think they took a couple tough losses, but I think they get back on track here. I think Tyson Greenway continues on with that season he's having. So I'm going Dalton.
Yeah, I had to phone a friend about this one. I got a friend whose wife teaches at Lassiter. She's a sports information person there, and I said, you man, you got to give me all the info because I know nothing about Laster. Georgia State football quarterback commit. They throw the ball 90% of the time. We saw what North Murray did to Dalton week one, throwing the football. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I am going Lassiter at home.
And that's funny because I have it written down as well. I'm going Lassiter after the research that I did. Although I do not have the insides like Lawrence has,
Yeah,
I found out that same information that they throw the ball a lot, and Massey likes Lassiter by 6. So at home, I'll take Lassiter.
Yeah, I don't think they'll stop Greenway. They'll just outscore him. I think it's going to be another one of those 50-45 games
Yeah.
that the Catamounts are used to. Northwest Whitfield and Darlington is our game of the week. We'll save that one to the final pick of the night. Northgate at Central. Central is a 17-point favorite.
how about them Lions? I'm going Central. I'm going Central big, and I think this team continues to win big as they get ready for region play. I like this team in region play as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Central is just way too talented. I'm going with Central Lions.
yeah. I didn't have a phone a friend for Northgate. I couldn't even tell you where Northgate High School is. I like the Lions. I mean, Jonas Walton, the running back, he's
Mhm.
leading our area in rushing, averaging 12 yards a carry. Um, he'll probably go over 1,000 yards this week. I like Central big over Northgate. Armature Indians coming off the 42-10 loss to Union County on the road at Southeast Whitfield. Armature is 11-point favorite.
I think our Murchie's just got a little too much for Southeast. I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm not sure about the 11 points. I think you could look up at the scoreboard and see something like 13-7 late in the game, something like that. But I like the Blue Indians. I like our Murchie in this one.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's going to be another game kind of like week one against Gordon Central, 10-6, 14-7. The Indians have yet to find their offense, but hopefully the defense comes out and plays well this Friday night, and the Indians get the win up in Dalton.
I'm going to go Southeast here, and I'm going to go Southeast because of Brady Inslee. I think the Southeast can control the football. I think they'll run the football behind Jaden Calhoun there and the rest of that line. So I'm going to pick Southeast, and it's going to be a very low scoring game.
Yeah, that's going to be the key this week for our Murchie is that offensive line. Jaden Calhoun, a couple other guys across that front for the Southeast are huge. Jaden Calhoun will play on Saturdays next year. They're not going to be able to run the ball between the tackles, that's for sure. Ridgeland at Cahulla Creek, man.
The Colts continue to roll. Uh, so I'm going Colts big here. I'm going Coachella Creek. I think this team is starting to really take off, and I think they're going to be excited to start region play. This is going to be their first region game of the year, Ridgeland's first six AAA game of the year, and I think they're going to run into a very tough team with Creek there.
Yeah, I believe Cahola Creek wins this game. Kinnaman is just the straw that's or the spoon that stirs everything as far as the Creek goes, and he's. I mean, you can back him into a corner and he's going to weasel his way out of it and get 20 yards down the field. So I mean, it's tough to stop teams that can continuously get first downs like that, and then they'll hit the deep shot. So I like Cola Creek.
Yeah, when I first looked at this game, I thought this might be a game that Cahulla Creek would overlook. But like Chris said, it's the first game in the sixth AAA season. I think they'll be excited to play. I think they'll come out 100%. I like Cahulla. I don't know about the 27. I think it'll be a close game in the first half, but I think they win.
Yeah, I saw that post that Creek had on their Facebook page today, just listing some of the stats. With Kinnaman and Dominguez, Tyson King's having a huge year. Aiden Patterson and Nate Tilley. Nate Tilley's a guy that we really like this year. He's playing big, so I think they could probably put 30, 40 points up. And that's a powerful offense.
All right, this is a big one. To me, this is the most important game in six AAA this weekend. Bremen at Gordon Lee. Bremen a 13-point favorite up in Chickamauga.
I'm going to go with Bremen. I'm going to go with Bremen and that run game. I think it's going to be better than Gordon Lee's run game, and I think that will be the deciding factor.
I think Gordon Lee's got that offense that can you know damage you if you don't exactly know how to stop it. They got a couple running backs that can move the ball on the ground pretty good as well. And I think it's closer than the 13. I think Gordon Lee hangs in there, but I think the physicality of Bremen and line of scrimmage, I think maybe is a little too much. I'll go Bremen as well.
Yeah, Gordon Lee has a running back we really haven't talked about that much this year. Nate Dunphy. I think
Hmm.
he's one of the top five rushers in Northwest Georgia, averaging 10 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns. To me, this is going to be a game of Gordon Lee defense versus Bremen offense. And I think Bremen has just enough to get the job done. Like I said, I think it's going to be closer than 13, but I'll go with Bremen. Ringgold at Lafayette. This is probably a battle for, on paper, looking at it preseason, this is a battle for a playoff spot,
Yeah,
possibly that fourth playoff spot.
you definitely don't want to. You don't want to go 0-1 when you got the rest of that schedule sitting in front of you. Um, I think this could. Lafayette's one of those teams. What part of the roller coaster are we on? It's kind of up and down. Um, we've seen the issues against Trine, and they come out last week and play pretty good. Um, I battled back and forth. I like Ringo's athleticism, but if you can't stop Lafayette run game, and it's going to be a long night. But I think I ended up picking Ringo in the end, and I think it could be closer than the 9.5.
I'm going to go with Lafayette here. I've liked Lafayette all year. I've picked them preseason as one of my playoff teams. Uh, Kalis Finley, Austin Tucker. Uh, I could name 100 of them. Pendergrass, the younger Pendergrass, uh, he's having a big year. But I like what Andy Scott's doing. I love how he coaches the game. So I'm going Lafayette.
Yeah, I like the Tigers. We saw 'em 7-on-7 this summer, man. I kind of fell in love with them up there, man. They got a lot of athletes on the field, and um, I think they win. I think they cover the 9.5. I mean, I agree with your point. Andy Scott's doing a great job up there. I just think the Tigers too much for them on Friday night. The Daresville LFO. Daresville 34.5 point favorites on the road.
Yeah, I'm not picking against the Daresville this week. I like a Daresville. I like their talent, and I mean, I'll take the Tigers.
I'm going to Daresville as well.
Yeah, this is a game. When I was looking at it, they have a new coaching staff at LFO doing a good job trying to turn the culture around up there. And I was thinking, man, if you can tell these kids that this game on Friday night, because I'm sure there's nobody on the LFO team that thinks they're going to lose Friday night. So when they do, how will they respond the following week? Just because you lose week one, your season's not over. You're still a possible playoff team. Because I think Adairsville comes out and puts the hammer down Friday night. I like 34.5. Adairsville. But Chris knows, man, LFO pulled off the upset of the year a couple of years ago. They beat Sonoraville and knocked them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's
That,
possible.
yeah, that 2019 season where Sonoraville played Calhoun really close. That was a really close game. Later that season, Sonoraville lost at home to LFO 27-26.
Yeah, and I
That
think
knocked them out of the playoffs.
yeah, and I think that was the only win the LFO had on the season, right? I think they were one and
Yeah.
nine. Yep. So,
That's why we play the game.
yep. Christian Heritage at Pickens. Christian Heritage single A school traveling over to the 3A Pickens. 11.5 point favorites.
Besides the big quarterback we've talked about, I'm not sure I know anybody else on that Christian Heritage roster. I hadn't. I'm not real familiar with them, but I know a few guys from Pickens because I've seen highlights and I've seen them play. I think I like Christian Heritage in this one, and a pretty close one at Pickens.
Yeah, they have a kid on the Christian Heritage team, Eli Thompson. He's linebacker, running back, averaging 130 yards a game, 12 tackles a game. They did a great job against Cam Vaughn. Actually, held Cam Vaughn to only 129 yards when they beat them. Um,
That's a task.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they get the job done at Pickens.
I'm also going to go Christian Heritage.
Big game here for our Team FYN crew, man. Murphy, North Carolina at Fannin. Fannin's a 6-point favorite at home.
I'm going to go with Fannin at home.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of I don't know too much about the North Carolina football, but I did a little research um, up in that way, and I like Fannin in this one. I like Fannin at home.
yeah, I agree. I know one of the top players from Murphy was injured last week. That's obviously going to hurt him. Um, Fannon's a tough place to play. I like Fannin. Probably Fannin with the six. Upson Lee at Haralson County. Haralson is a 19-point favorite. I'll
I'm going
start,
to
man.
go.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Harrelson at home.
yeah. I know zero about Upson Lee. I know a lot about Haralson County. I'm gonna go Haralson County.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I like Haralson County. If Cal Prep says it's 19, then that means that that's probably 70 or 80% chance of winning. So I like Haralson County.
This is a game that's got some buzz on Twitter this week. Model at Tryon. Tryon, a 33-point favorite at home.
Uh, Trying's a very tough team. I can see where that 33 favorite comes from. Uh, I don't see Tryon losing. I think when them and Darlington meet there at the end of the season, I think they're going to be undefeated in the region play, and it's going to be a battle that last game of the season. I'm going to try in here.
I think. I mean, I can't disagree that Tryon and Darlington's going to be possibly the game of the year, but there's still a few little roadblocks that I'd like to see them, get past. One big one, uh, Dade County later on in the year, and then you still got Pepperell, which has played well at times, played real well. So in this game particularly, though, I like trying to beat Model.
Yeah, I was kind of taken back a little bit when I did the numbers. I thought 33 was huge, but got to thinking about it, and I mean, really, that's only a 35 nothing score. I do think of all the upsets, all the major upsets we could see this week, I think Model has the best chance to pull it off if their defense steps up. But yeah, I like trying. Mhm. Chattooga at Murray. Chattooga 17 and a half favorite.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Murray. I understand that they may be down a few kids at quarterback. I'm not sure what they got going on there, but I've seen the Indians play a few times this year, and hoping for a good game out of the Indians, the red and the green.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
take
go.
I'll take Chattooga in this one though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Red Indians. I think they have too many athletes on the field.
I'm going to go with Murray. I think this team at home, uh, they're hungry for their first win, and I think Coach Kurt Napier puts the first win under his belt this Friday.
There it is, upset of the week right there. 17 and a half points.
Hmm.
Here's a huge one. Number two team in Class A versus the number four team in 2A. Irwin County at Rockmart. Irwin, a 4.5 point favorite on the road.
This is going to tell you a lot because I think Irwin's a contender again, and This is a very close game. If Rockmont wins this game, they're a contender in 2A also, double A. So, but I'm going to go Irwin.
Man, this is one of those I contemplated put it as my game of the week. Tough game. I think Irwin just barely. I'm going to go Irwin in a close one.
Yeah, I'm going Rockmart at home. I mean, they're putting up 600 yards a game offense. I think it's going to be a shootout. Um, yeah, I think the Jackets by 3. Mount Zion at Brookstone. Brookstone is a 19-point favorite. And just throw this out there, Brookstone. Last week Bowden played Tatnall Square. Tatnall Square was the number 2 team in GIAA. Brookstone is the new number 2 team in GIAA.
Um, I'll lead this one off, and I'm going to say this is my upset special of the week. I like Mount Zion to cover the big 19 points and get a win on the road at Brookstone. I like the Mount Zion offense, and I think they'll have enough defense to take care of Brookstone. I may be totally out of left field on that, but I
I'm
like
going to
Mount.
go. Yeah, I'm going to go Brookstone. I like Mount Zion too, and I think they'll do well. But I'm gonna go Brookstone.
Yeah, I kind of went the same way you did, Benton. When I was thinking about it, man, I thought, common sense says pick Brookstone, but common sense last week said pick Tatnall Square, and I was like looking at Mount Zion, man, they really haven't played a full game yet. I mean, Malachi Eichels has
Mm-hmm.
only touched the ball 7 times. He scored 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
If he plays 4 quarters, I like the Eagles, Mount Zion, in a
yeah.
very close game. Dade County, man, heading up the mountains. Bryson City, North Carolina, take on Swain County. Dade is a 15-point favorite on the road.
I like I said before, I did a little more research on those North Carolina teams. I don't know much about it. I know that Dade's going to go in there and try to be physical, and I think they'll be successful. I like Dade on the road in North Carolina.
I like Dade too. I know it's a long trip, but I think Brody Cooper and company can handle it.
Yeah, that was the only thing that swayed me at all was long trip from Dade County to Bryson City, but I think Dade gets it done, man. They got a tough 2 weeks coming up after this game. They can't look past them. They start the region play with Darlington and Tryon back to back.
Ouch.
So
Welcome to 7A.
key is they got to stay healthy this Friday night. But yeah, Dade on the road. Pepperell Dragons at Temple. Pepperell is a touchdown favorite.
I like Pepperell. I like Pepperell to win this one. I like that about just about 7 points.
Yeah, I think depending on what kind of defense, not kind, but how the defense plays at Pepperell could dictate this game. If you don't let Temple's running attack get going, I think Pepperell could win by more than 7. It just all depends on that. I like Pepperell in the game, and I think they win by more than 7.
Yeah, I told somebody this week, man, Pepperell was starting to grow on me. Defense looks good. I mean, they played Northwest good for 3 quarters, first game of the season. I like the Dragons with the 7. Towns County at Coosa. Towns County is a 12-point favorite.
Towns County at Coosa. Anybody want to get this one started, Lawrence?
I would. My heart tells me go Coosa, but I'm gonna go Towns. I think they've had some success here, and I think they carry on.
Yeah, I saw the Eagles last Friday night up at Gordon Central. Bunch of tough kids, man. The defense looked good. Couple of athletes out there. I think they're feeling good about themselves, man. They're jacked up, ready to go. Um, I think Coosa in my upset pick of the week. Coosa over Towns County.
I battled back and forth. I actually wrote both one name and crossed it out, wrote the other name, and I think I'm going to switch back again. I started with Coosa, and then I went to Towns, And I think I'm going to land on Coosa just because I think there may be one or two more athletes that could break loose and get that score. And I think this one's going to be one of those 13-6 games, maybe 19-12 or something like that. Some odd score. I'll go with Coosa in this one at home.
All right. And there's one game that we left off the list before we get to our game of the week. Rabun County at Heard County. Rabun is a 34.5 point favorite. I like Rabun and the 34.5. I know Herd's a good team, but Rabun is above and beyond.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
Ravens.
I heard had kind of a murderer's row here early. I like Rabin in this game, and I mean iron sharpens iron. I mean that's just going to make Herd better.
Yeah. All right. The game of the week this week, man. Northwest Whitfield Bruins at Darlington Tigers. A battle of two teams that are in the top 15 in their respective classes, both undefeated. Going to be a huge game. Darlington Friday night. Northwest is a 3.5 point favorite.
I'll get started here. I saw Hudson Gray play last Friday. Owen Brooker, he played pretty well. Hudson Gray made some big plays, and I think he makes some big ones again Friday. So I'm going to go with Northwest here.
Um, this is one of those games that I really dove into a little bit. Obviously, would it been the game of the week, but yeah, I think it's going to be a very close game, and there could be. I mean, it could be a lower scoring game than most people think because normally with Northwest, you think about a high flying passing offense. I like Darlington's defense pretty good, and their skill guys are fairly athletic. And the line of scrimmage we already know about. I'll take Darlington at home and quote unquote upset over Northwest.
Yeah, I've changed my mind on this one probably 16 times in the last 24 hours. Um, I'm gonna go Northwest Whitfield in a close one. Brooker and those guys. That's the only explanation I have.
That's all I got. Is in.
That's all I got. Well, all right, guys, enjoyed it. We'll tally them up. See if anybody can go undefeated for the first time this season.
That's a lot of games.
A lot of games.
Not likely to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all Friday night. Scoreboard show after the game, and we'll come back and report all the fun stuff we saw Friday night.
Yes,
Will
sir.
do.
All right,
See you
guys.
guys later.